Celebrations down on the field, and now there is just one more step to again reach the top of the college football mountain.
Coach, I think probably one of the things that I respect most about you and where you have changed the game is you were successful at Michigan State, you were successful at LSU, and then you came to the SEC and you got successful really fast when you were here. You changed with the game, you changed the game, some other things evolved and you evolved with it. You've been able to do that, and I think probably most out of any year, it's been this year with this offense.
Right, well, I think that's the key to the drill, is what kind of players do you have on offense and what's the best way to utilize their skill set. And I think that we were, sort of a running team first, play action passes, try to make explosive plays in the passing game a different way where, as the game evolved, RPOs became very prominent, and you say, we need to implement some of these things or we're not really taking advantage of the rules of college football.
When did you make the change to say, you know what, I think we need to do this, I think we need to implement that, and how long did it take for you to kind of get comfortable with that?
Well, it took a few years, but
Are you comfortable?
Yeah, and I am comfortable with it. I really am, and I think it puts a lot on the quarterback because he has a movement key just about every snap when you're doing those types of things, and for him to make the right decisions as to when to hand the ball off, when to throw the ball. Is critical, and it puts a lot on the quarterback. But our guys have done a pretty good job of executing that for the most part.
Nick's a tremendous coach, been a great friend, and a coach that I have tremendous respect and admiration for.
Coach, I know one of your friends in the game and also a brilliant defensive mind is Coach Belichick. Can you just share a little bit about your relationship with him?
Yeah, well, Bill's a really good friend. And it started way back when I actually coached with his father at the Naval Academy in like 1981 or something, who was a great guy and a great coach. And I got to know Bill, and we shared ideas in football, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for him and what he's been able to do.
Who's given who more? Have you given more to him, or is he given more to you?
I don't think there's any question that he's given more to me. I mean, I learned probably more when I was a defensive coordinator at Cleveland, working under him for 4 years. Not just about football, but about the organization of having a good program and how to define the expectation for people in your organization so that they knew exactly what to expect and exactly what you expected from them so that they could do their job well.
Two of the greatest teams in the history of college football.
The two bad boys on the block every single year.
I don't think there's much that separates them.
Coach, you're playing Clemson for the 4th year in a row. I feel they're not intimidated the same way a lot of other teams are. What is it that they bring to the table that makes them tough to compete against and makes them be in this position?
Well, they've had an equal amount of success, to anybody in the country, including us. So why would they be? I mean, they've got good players. They play with confidence. They're always well prepared for the game, and the way they play defense, it's as good as I've seen for a while. So we're going to have to do a good job, hat on a hat, right, playing with good fundamental, basic execution of what we do so that they don't get an opportunity to do that.